Some persons have been killed. So the government at this time supposed to know that they should send military officers, they should send police officers to those locations, to those places that have been targeted, or the northern states. They should be protected. This is what we need to be in a country that we feel safe. Most of these people living in the northern states, they are just there. They're afraid. They don't know what is going to happen the next day. So what is stopping the government? Why have they not had any security agencies around them, protecting them, safeguarding them? Because it's one story, the same story today, the same story tomorrow. So we really need a stop to it. However way that the government needs to, whatever they have to do, they need to ensure that the insecurity is curbed in the country. Because this issue of the persistent attack is something they need to address. Because there are a lot of reports indicate that even some of the soldiers that were there left the affected areas shortly after deployment, leaving villagers vulnerable to further attacks and also prompting fear of renewed violence and mass displacement. So we really need, when we look at all this situation, it is clear, it is very clear that insecurity is now affecting both lives and the livelihoods. Residents are fleeing their homes, markets are being destroyed, and basic services are being disrupted. So the pattern of repeated attacks in different states, it points to a need for more sustained and coordinated security measures, including intelligence-driven operations, including community engagements, and the consistent presence of security personnel. We need them to be present at every location. Although it's sad that we have just limited workforce in the police, in the army, we have limited workforce. But the ones that we have, can they just go to work? They should go to work. They should do what they are supposed to do, protecting the lives of the citizen. Because one thing about a government, if they fail to protect the people they are leading, the government is as well as failed already. Because the major reason they are there is to protect lives. Whatever things they are doing, every other thing that they are doing, if lives are not protected, if there's insecurity, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters if you are not protected in your own home, in your own country. You are not safe. You are running around. You are in IDP, internally displaced camps. You are there in your own country because of what is going on, because of what the terrorists are doing. So yes, a lot of persons have called out, condemning the attacks. And we keep condemning it every now and then. But then the government should act. They should take action. They should stop telling us that they are doing this and doing that. We need to see what the government is doing. We really need to see what the government is doing. So to conclude this story, the attacks in Bogo and other communities underline the urgent need for government action to protect the citizens. While there is swift military responses, while it is necessary, long-term solutions must address the broader security gaps that allow the insurgents and armed groups to operate with impunity. So it's something that the government, they need to ensure the safety of communities. They need to restore confidence in public security. And also, they need to prevent further loss of life. It should remain the top priority of the authorities. And I know we are chasing revenues. We are chasing new tax laws. We want to get At all points, at all costs, we want to get revenues in the country. But then the main priority should be protecting the citizens. That is what we want as a nation. We don't want to wake up tomorrow and hear that 100 persons were abducted in this location, or some persons were kidnapped, some persons were killed. That is not what we want. And we hope that in no time that the government will do something about this. All right, so still on the Guardian newspaper, Venezuela treatment, lesson to Nigeria. ADC wants Tinubu. This is on the page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Venezuela treatment, lesson to Nigeria. ADC wants Tinubu. The African Democratic Congress has said developments in Venezuela should serve as a warning to the Nigerian government, urging President Bola Tinubu to pay attention to growing concerns over national security. We are still talking about the insecurity going on in the country. So when we look at this, the party criticized what it described as the president's silence on insecurity, calling it embarrassing and suggesting it may reflect fear. The warning follows the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro by U.S. authorities, an action ADC says should remind Nigeria that governments that disregard citizens' rights or lose legitimacy can face external intervention. The ADC National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, argued that while the party supports national sovereignty and non-interference, a government that fails to uphold the law or protect citizens risks inviting foreign involvement. Meanwhile, the presidency faced controversy over a photograph of President Tinubu meeting the Rwanda president in Paris, with some alleging it was AI generated. The presidency denied the claims, confirming that the image was authentic, while social media debate continued. So in a related response, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar criticized the government for prioritizing the president's engagement abroad over domestic issues, including the insecurity and the economic hardship. Atiku argued that the real concern is not about the disputed photograph, but the misalignment of leadership, misaligning the priorities of the leadership, and suggesting that public communications should focus on countries' urgent challenges. And when we look at the challenges going on, we see poverty, we see insecurity, and these are the things that the government should look out for. These are the things that they should be concerned about, not about any AI-generated image of the president. We have seen a lot in the country. We have seen a lot of negative news in the country in just 6 days of the new year. We have seen a lot of things go wrong. Just yesterday, a report about soldiers that were killed. So people are continuously being killed. And this is the issue. The federal government should ensure that they are tackling. These are the things they're supposed to do. So now the truth remains that the public confidence can further be eroded when the official communication appeared disconnected. Because a lot of Nigerians are complaining. It feels like we keep talking. It feels like we keep talking, but the government is not listening. It feels like what the government is after is not what the citizens need. So there's a lot of the trust is being killed on a daily basis because there's no communication between the government and the citizens. So the realities on ground, what we are facing in Nigeria, it feels that the government, the leaders, the top leaders are disconnected from what we are really facing in the country. So whether there's a focus on international engagements or the public controversies, the government needs to ensure that their main focus is on the insecurity. We are battling it. The insecurity, the hardship going on in the country. So these are the things, and there are other issues that we are facing in the country. So there's a strong need for Nigerian government to maintain clear, transparent, and timely communication with citizens, and why they are prioritizing the security and governance. They should maintain a close communication with the citizens. Let us know what you are doing at part time. Let us know what the government is doing for the safety of the citizens, for the economy of the country. Let us know what the government is doing at every point. Because failure to address these pressing domestic concerns could deepen public distrust and, according to critics, expose the country to external pressures. And that is what we can take on the Guardian newspaper. The phone lines are open on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. You can call us and let us know your reactions on the newspaper headline on the Guardian newspaper concerning the ADC warning to Tinubu, and also the reaction of Peter Obi to the insecurity, to the killing and abduction that occurred in Niger State. All right, moving on the Punch newspaper, let's see what is there. On the Punch newspaper, we see 2027 battle. Rivers crisis escalates as top APC governors back Fubara. 2027 battle. Rivers crisis escalates as top APC governors back Fubara. And still under it, we see APC Secretary, FCT Minister clash over Rivers government. How Imo politics sparked Wike APC rifts. This is on the page 2 of the Punch newspaper. So recent reports suggest that efforts by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to oppose a second term for Governor Sim Fubara are encountering resistance from within the All Progressives Congress. Several APC governors, along with key figures in the party's national leadership, are now said to be supporting Governor Fubara's re-election bid. The shift has reportedly deepened tensions between Wike and parts of the APC leadership, particularly as party officials have openly praised Fubara's projects and governance records across Rivers State. As a result, what began as a personal disagreement between a former governor and his successor has now taken on a broader party dimension. According to party sources, the disagreement intensified after internal disputes involving APC leadership in Imo State and concerns among some governors about Wike's growing political influence. In response, these governors are said to have mobilized support for Fubara, both to strengthen the party's position in Rivers State and to reduce Wike's dominance in the state's political structure. So these tensions soon it became public. The APC National Secretary Ajibola Bashiru openly criticized Wike and questioned his involvement in party affairs, pointing out that Wike is not a registered member of the APC. And we are all aware of this. Yes, Wike is not a registered member of the APC, but then Wike has been working for the APC. But now that it has to do with Fubara, it seems that he is against the APC in Rivers State. So the party leaders, the national secretary, has criticized him, asking him to not get involved in what's in the party, to not get involved in APC. But then I feel that when he was working for the party, there was nobody came out to say, don't get involved in APC. Now that it feels like it's fighting someone that has defected, that left the PDP, defected to APC. Now he's being warned not to get involved in the party matters. There's a lot about this story. So the Bashiru reaffirmed his support for Governor Fubara, describing him as a performing governor who deserves the backing of the party ahead of the 2027 election. Meanwhile, Wike has responded by cautioning the party leaders against interfering in Rivers State politics and also restated his position that he would not support Fubara's re-election. He also warned that Rivers State should not be taken for granted in national political calculations. All right, you are still listening to Volt 104.3 FM. This is High Voltage, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news. And this morning we are looking at the newspaper headlines. And remember that you can call in on 0706 048 5853, 0706 048 5853. So call us and let us know your reactions on the newspaper headlines that has been read to you so far, from the Punch to the Guardian newspaper. And also, you can join us live on YouTube, on High Voltage News. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and share the video for others to be part of the conversation. And why, before we take your reaction, we will take a short break. And when we come back, we will continue with the newspaper headlines, and then we will take your calls. Stay tuned. We are not going anywhere.
It's about to get welcome to the show, and a presenter that won't stop giving it their all.
Hi, my name is Oju, your pilot one, and I'm passing the mic to the one that has current affairs in her palms.
Hello everyone, my name is Odili and I'm passing the mic to the judge and peacemaker in Volt FM Sports.
I am Godwin and I'm passing the mic to the Igbo culture expert giving us cultural gist.
Today we're going on Egemonte. I found Bantichinazo. I try to pass the mic to Funya Nade when he John Manobo Jembe Mwilo.
What's up, my people? I go by the name Noto with a magic voice, aka King of Badbala United, and I'm passing the mic to one person when they give anything right for Canton.
Hi Volt family, my name is John and I'm passing the mic to the driver when they collect fare. You know now.
Hi neighbor, it's Jason here and I'm passing the mic to the one that has the magic to heal your broken heart.
My name is Malaika and I am passing the mic to you. Yes, you. For being part of
Volt 104.3 FM.
Welcome back to High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria. If you are just joining us, we are talking about we are reading the newspaper headlines, and from the Guardian newspaper, we've talked about the attack in Niger State and the condemnation by the former Anambra State Governor, Peter Obi, who has condemned the attacks and has called for urgent action from the federal government. And the phone lines are open for you to join the conversation on 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, you are welcome. Your name and your location.
My name is Frankie from the Free Africa.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
The contribution that I want to make concerning the attack taking place in Niger State. In fact, let us come up on board and tell the masses the fact, because of how can the citizens they have power here to kill a woman which there's not any power you give except God have power for it. How can a citizen be intimidated? It's like we are not in the democracy. Yes. enough is enough.
Mm.
But so now, concerning of this regime, they are trying because of all this bad end that will happen in the country.
Okay.
Look at women is talking. They are just leaving him alone. It's supposed to be intervene with this man.
Mm.
God, the caution, enough is enough.
Mm.
Wise man, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, 0706 048 5853. Again, 0706 048 5853. What are your reactions? What do you think about the insecurity going on? And also the event that happened in Venezuela, whereby the ADC has warned the presidency, the federal government, that if they keep ignoring the insecurity going on in the country, that the same activity that occurred in that country could happen in Nigeria. And we don't want that to happen. That is why we are urging the federal government to ensure that anything that has to do with insecurity, even economic hardship, that they should respond urgently to it. They really need to respond urgently. We need to start seeing security operatives everywhere around us. We need to start seeing them. We really need to, because it feels like this thing is thriving because we do not have much of these security personnel around us. So we need them at every checkpoint. 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Happy New Year.
Same to you. You're welcome. Please, your name and your location.
Abraham from Benedict.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Now, this issue of attacking, kidnapping, killing everywhere in our country, these people should come out and tell us what is happening. If not, we don't know what is happening again.
Mm.
Look at it now. In our Benedict here, every day there is how Fulani kill people. Even yesterday, they kill the other side of Katsina, like about 10 or 15 people.
Wow.
They come night and do whatever they break, they wait inside bush.
Mm.
So what is happening now? And now is time to cultivate. People they are trying to go and cultivate their farms. They will not be able to go here.
Because they are afraid.
Cultivate. Yes,
Mm.
because of the Fulani around the area. So what is going on, my sister? Let them tell us what is going on. If they don't want us to farm or to vote for them, they should go ahead and tell us what is happening. They should come out and tell us directly that what is happening. We should know what to do. If we are to protest, we know what we should go on and protest. No, we don't know what is happening, sister. They don't tell us.
So, thank you so much. Now we've seen that one of the major reason for the high cost of living is also the insecurity. Now the people that are supposed to cultivate what we are going to be eating in the country, they are afraid because of the Fulani herdsmen, because of the clash. Now we know that during the night period, this is when most of these persons operate. And these are the periods when the security operatives are supposed to be active, but we rarely see it in the country. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you are welcome. Your name and your location.
Okay,
Hello. Okay, I think that's a network issue. You can do well to call back on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Join the conversation. Let us know what you think about the recent happening that has been going on in the country, and even in just few days in 2026, a lot of reports has been going on. Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're welcome. Your name and your location.
Yeah, my name is Samula, calling from
All right, please go ahead.
talk on the issue of killing, Islam killing.
Okay.
I don't know what they want.
us to leave Nigeria for them or what? Don't do what? It's not about the issue, it's about the people that are the ones, you know. So here is, I hope, that because if it continues like this, maybe Nigeria will come to another thing. Like, not fair, for you to come up. Can't even look for people because of giving us not good. So I think this policy that we should come and talk, at least tell us what to do. We have to leave our place, Nigeria, for them it's too much. Too much. It's really unfortunate.
It is. It is. Thank you so much. All right. The thing remains that we do not want to leave our country for any Fulani herdsmen. That is not how it's supposed to be. You know, I was talking about the internationally displaced persons in Nigeria that have left their hometown, that have left their villages because of these attacks. No, we don't want to keep running. We do not want to keep doing that. That is why we keep asking the government. They should not come and be talking to us. We don't need that. We need actions. We need to see that the military have been deployed. That is what we expect from the government in those places that receive constant attacks. This is still the same Niger State. We've been hearing the caller that called said in Benue State, even just yesterday, they killed people. And the government are aware of this. So they need to deploy security, the forces. That is what we need from the federal government and from the state government. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome. Your name and your location.
I remember me saying you're the senator.
All right, please go ahead.
I heard you were talking about security. I wrote got some information like yesterday that there was an attack there in on last December. I was feeling aware that something like that happened until yesterday. I have to call somebody with that side to verify. I was told that 3 TRS officers were killed and burned to ashes by those who drums. And the TRS car was already burned to ashes. Right? Then, those people operated for 30 minutes, no one comes to counter them. The question is this: I think we are told that the TRS car has a sensor that whatever thing that's going on here, that it reports directly to the command and control center there in the government house. Why is it that the 30 minutes operation was taking place? No response. People push here. They act and left the area and left the scene before the intervention of police and soldiers. So the question I'm now asking is that how we are free from the security thieves we are talking about here? I say they have drones, they put drones, they put this, they buy that, put camera and the rest of it. Why is it that this type of thing happened? The arrest and life was lost. And the surprising thing is that before they could break the next day, the 28th, they have went there and swept the whole area to look as if nothing happened. But people have captured it on, if you go on the internet, it's there. News all over. Even now, I don't even have this thing for the news. Why must such a thing happen like this in any case? So I'm now afraid. So it doesn't mean that there's no security anywhere. So I'm not calling on the governor. He should try. You see this big set again, then let me tell you, that lane is very deadly.
Okay.
Starting from that STP or they put that inspector's mess, police, the way they have traffic lights, down to that HR, that almost HRC, those areas used to be lonely. Once it comes out like 10, 11, I have experienced like now 3 deaths, and no one's come to their rescue. So the first day I experienced there was one woman in the city to me, sometime 2017, 18 like that, attacking Opa Junction, that fuel trail tanker. interfered on one private and killed the whole family. Yes, the woman, the wife to the man, and the sister to the man, they are the children to this very woman. I want to analyze her story so far. From exactly when this woman was murdered by assassin, they brought her, they carried her in their Sienna around 4:30 early morning and dropped her home. Within, after the escapee hotel, you live, I don't know this is the venue I'm talking about. You live where they are selling vehicle. They move small before you head to, there is a street leading to one street called Upper Street down to the payment. That's where they dropped her corpse and drove out. No one encountered them. Apart from one security in that car stand that he saw the Sienna as early as 4:30. When he drove that side, they opened the door, dropped something, they wheeled out. And which people came there, they saw the tire of that and had left. Today, nobody has given account of who killed that woman today. The woman is a widow. Now, the family is entirely orphan. And she has lost her two daughters with grandchildren, including her in-law in 1904. They came and killed her. That one faced the experience of death. I got there. The second one, within the same week, which they are calling POA, police, these things, which police have their shops there. People are being photocopy and the rest. One man is among the same shop there, snappy picture. He has the man is called being photo. So he was the cause of his own death, but he was murdered in his shop by those boys that he was doing nonsense with, doing self-sex with. Nobody even was when these boys, 18, 17 years, are murdered him, left, and their body is full of blood. It's when people went there, they discovered this spiritual man from Nara there in full of blood. It's full nakedness. The man is now led. That was second experience. Then this, the third one now was this one that happened on 27th of this December in the same 6 Avenue lane.
The same
So
place.
the governor, yes, 7 years and 1 year. So the road is used to be lonely and dangerous. Now you told you that if something happens, nobody comes to rescue.
Okay.
So what I'm now begging the governor, if the governor can try to establish every police control room in every bus stop in everywhere,
Okay.
then we just have it in that bus stop there, so that it will reach to everybody's hand. Then these traffic lights, when they come in every traffic light, after the first light, second light, the last light down, they should have something, attach the number under, so that every motor that you can see the number and pick it. Then secondly, try and establish one police post along that 6th Avenue, so they will monitor what's going on that lane, or they will bring out DRS and station them. I want them not to stop people and take particular to stay. This is just to be alert, watching what's going on in that lane. At least this will get to reduce that nonsense going on that lane. Then it has become dangerous. Things are happening there and they go freely.
Okay.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much. Wow, you know why we try to we see what's reports on the papers and we try to go far, but then there are things happening in our own neighborhood. The thing is that we cannot really deny the fact that insecurity is everywhere, in every state in the country. And yes, I joined the caller to also ask the governor, the state government, to ensure that this is what I've been talking about. There should be security checkpoints. The police should be at every checkpoint, at every location, because those lonely places, of course, when they know that this place is lonely and there's no security personnel, that is the best place to attack. So there are things going on that doesn't make the news, that we do not even know about, but it is going on. So both the federal government, the state government, the local government, they should all come together and prioritize the safety of the citizens. They really need to do that. So yes, you can still call us on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome. Your name and your location.
Okay, Sama from Abu.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, my problem, not sending the police or men or soldiers to where the crisis is not
Mm.
even my problem, but Nigeria government has been like NAFDAC. There's nothing different between Nigeria government and the NAFDAC officer because once they
Okay.
collect money from you, register your goods, or they don't bother whether you are producing or anything, whatever you like, you produce and serve to people, especially food stuff. People will be taking something that is not good in their health. So
Mm.
they don't care to monitor the food you registered, whether you change the production or anything. So the same thing the Nigerian government, once they place those soldiers, the soldiers went there and turned into business trip. They went there and started extorting money, doing all kind of manner of bad things, even becoming even worse than the crisis they came to prevent.
Mm.
So that's the main problem. If government you can send the soldiers to where they're having crisis, they should monitor their what they are doing. They are not
Okay.
only send them and they went there on their own and whatever they are doing does not concern them anymore.
Okay.
Then, okay, all this killing, once they kill 10 people in Brunei, they kill 20 people in Katsina, and the president will come out and say, I condemn the killing. The vice president will come out and say, I condemn it. Is it because that president have done to condemn
It's really sad. It's really sad because that the thing is they keep talking, but that is not what we citizens really want. Okay, can we stop hearing the call? It's like the network is bad over there. And I truly agree. I get the point where you are coming from about monitoring the security operatives, the their operations, what they are doing in that location where they've been sent. Because the truth remains, in some places they are not safe. There are none of them there. In some locations we have security operatives there, but then what they are doing is what really matters. So most times it's not just the government, it's also the police, it's also the army. What exactly are they doing in that location? Are they really safeguarding the environment? Are they safeguarding the people? So yes, the point is valid. The government, all the spheres of the government, the local government, the state government, the federal government, whoever they deploy, wherever location they send them to, yes, they should monitor their activities, they should monitor their operations, and ensure that what they are doing is in line with what they have been sent to do. And as well in line with the state police, if that is what is going to help lessen the insecurity going on, then they should do do very fast, be very swift with it, and establish the state police in different states for easier response in case of emergency. Because we keep hearing operations crimes went on for hours, for some minutes, and then there is no security in sight. It is very bad. And most times when you look at these police officers, they are not even properly armed. So at the point, they might even know that something is going on there. But because of they are not properly armed, they are even afraid of their own lives. So it ends up feeling like it's all man for yourself. But then if you went into the military, if you went into the security force, you have a reason for going there. So whatever thing you are doing, you should protect the life of citizens. You really need to do that. That is the job of the security operatives. We don't want to keep coming every day and keep saying that so amount of persons were killed, persons were abducted. That is not the story we want to keep hearing in our country. It's really sad that the year started like this. We want the government to ensure that they do what they are supposed to do. Unfortunately, we won't be taking any more call today because our time has been fast spent. So this is High Voltage, your weekday news analysis show. Join us again tomorrow by 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for more of the news, for more of the analysis, and of course for more of your voices. My name is Audley. Have a wonderful